under our indifference.
Okay guys, first vendor reset of 2023. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get it.
Be your one-stop shop.
Good to see you.
My select.
Very nice baker's dozen. I haven't used one in a while, but definitely a good rifle to have if you haven't got one. Really good rolls, rifle damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. They are the rolls that you would want. With a perfect lucky shot, maximum capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. You should use it a lot for the raids. Yeah, really good rifle. If you haven't got one, definitely pick it up.
Let's do this.
Okay, don't forget the countdown vendor, guys. It's to the right of the chopper and to the left of the season vendor. Same every week, 3 named items, 1 named item cache, optimization, cache season 10 and exotic.
Good to see you, Agent.
Stage left at the theatre vendor if you haven't got one. I think a lot of people have got one by now, but if you haven't got one, and it's not bad. Rifle damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. And then it's got the perfect sledgehammer. Dealing damage with a grenade applies a mark on the target. Targets with mark will take 40% more damage to armor and have a minus 30% movement speed. Mark will disappear after 10 seconds. So yeah, if you haven't got one, pick one up.
Hi there. Looking for anything in particular?
Okay, Hollow Man mask at the DZ vendor. It used to be a thing to have all the time. I'm sure it used to roll
Incoming
higher
backup
as a
request.
protection because that's the whole point of the Hollow Man mask, but it doesn't. The roll's not that great. I mean, I would use it for a conflict build because there has a protection, but the reds are just not that great. So if you've got the DZ credits and you want to use them, and you haven't got one, buy it. You could also buy it for the Yaahl material so you can craft your own. Because ideally, what you want is you want the armor, which is the top, and then you want um, the attributes to be crit chance or crit damage or hazard protection and armor regen. Those are three you want. So it's not that great, but like I said, if you need the materials and you've got the credits, because they are DZ credits after all, it's not normal credits. So if you haven't got the credits, don't worry about it. If you have, buy it. And again, another good one for this DC vendor is the Black Market RPK. It's my favourite gun in the game. I think it's the best LMG, and the reason being is it's like an LMG, but it acts like an AR. So it's really good. The rolls are okay as well. So it's LMG damage, damage to target, cover, and critical hit chance, which is what you want. It's up there. Frenzy is okay as well. For every 10 bullets in the magazine capacity, gain 3% fire rate and 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds when reloading from empty. So Frenzy's not bad, but you can change that if you need to. But I really do rate the RPK. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely give it a try.
You want it? I got it. I got it. Come see me.
Okay, perfect Vanguard. Um, it's not bad. It is a chest piece to have again if you haven't got one. The rolls are not bad. Armor, hazard protection, and repair skills. I would put armor regen on there as well, or a crit chance and then a crit damage mod. So you've got a mixture of all four. The perfect Vanguard deploying a shield makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds and grants 50% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. Cooldown is 25 seconds. So you use this for a lead tank. So if you've got a lead tank in your group and he helps other people, you can use it for conflict, the raid, just running anything really as a team. Another Yaahl gear. This one is actually a little bit better. You've got the 10% hazard protection for your first piece, then 5% weapon damage for your second, and then 40% pulse resistance, which is why people use it for conflict. Your core attribute is armor. Your other attributes then are armor regen and critical hit chance. So you could put a critical hit damage mod on there, and then the talent is tamper proof, which is not that great, but you can change that one and to whatever you need. So you could put, if you want to use it for conflict, you could put unbreakable on there. If you want to use it for an armor type build, you could put Vanguard on there. There's quite a few other things you could put on there. Or if you want to use it for, like I use tamper proof for the raid. If you would want to use this for the raid, you can leave tamper proof on. You don't have to change it. Tamper proof is enemies that walk within 3 meters of your hive turret or remote pulse are shocked. takes 2 seconds. Cooldown per skill is 10 seconds. It's a good tamper-proof is a good talent to have. It just depends what you're using it for. Just I personally wouldn't have it on a Yaahl gear. I'd want something else that's more of an offensive rather than defensive talent. But yeah, and again, if you've already got one and you've got the credits and you need to use them, it's good to buy the Yaahl gear so you've got the materials, because then you can craft your own for whatever you need.
Come here and take a look. You'll like what you see.
Not bad holster for a skill build. Wyvern. I rate it. In my skill builds, I at least run one piece, and this one's not bad. So it's 10% skill damage. Then you've got your core attributes as skill tier, and then your attributes is skill haste and skill damage, and both of them are good. So max out one of them and then re-roll the skill damage or the other one, whichever one you decide. Um, I would max out the skill haste, and because the skill damage looks like it only needs an extra 2%. So whereas the a skill haste needs a little bit more, so it'll take a lot more materials to roll it. So that's what I tend to do. Just look at the yellow bar, whichever one is lowest, that's the one I max out, and then I use my materials then to re-roll the highest of the two.
Always a pleasure.
Come on over and take a look. Over and take a look.
Well, just like Division, another baker's dozen. But again, but this is DZ um, credits, so the credits are a lot harder to get. So I wouldn't really worry about this one. You're bound to have Division credits, but again, you know what I mean, maybe you like a lot of the DZ, so you might be plentiful on the credits. But I would definitely buy it from the other vendor. It's the same, exactly, pretty much the same. Rifle damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance, then perfect lucky shot.
Glad we could come to some arrangement. Hey, agent. Thanks. Good working with you.
Well, that was disappointing. I thought for the first vendor reset of 2023 it might have been a little bit better than that. But it's personal interest. If you need them, it could be good for you. But for me, I thought it was terrible. Not bad Yaahl gears if you need them or you need the materials. Not bad Baker's dozen. Um, the RPK is my favourite gun in the game, so the black market anyway at least. So you can't go wrong with that gun. But a little disappointing. But it is what it is. If you've ever seen any of my other videos for the vendor resets, I say the same thing every time. The game is a farming game. The grind is real. That's where you're gonna get your better pieces from. Um, you don't really make a build from vendors. You can get the odd piece if you need it. I mean, we tell new people if um, especially for the raid and things like that. There's a couple of pieces you could pick up that might help you build out a little bit. Um, but other than that, that's what it is. The game's about grinding, and the more you grind, the better the gear is. And obviously, I've done my hours of grind, so this gear's not always the best for me. But yeah, hopefully better next week. Catch you later.